The Gina and Matty podcast.
Last night on MAFS, the dinner party certainly got Sarah started. Eden found out some information.
Yes.
Gina, there was a text message accusing her of hooking up with her boyfriend. Well, not hooking up, according to Eden, but going out and just catching up. This is how it played out.
Yes, I went out with my ex on the weekend. We had a few drinks together. Yes, I did ask Eden for something to wear. Yes, I wanted to look good for my ex. He's dating someone. He's been dating someone for 6 years.
So are you.
Sorry?
So are you.
I know that, but I didn't do anything with my ex. All I did was have drinks.
Try your best.
She wrote shush. Why did you tell me to shh?
Because I didn't want to tell Tim that because I didn't want him to get insecure.
Oh, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. And joining us for the first time this season is Eden. Morning, Eden.
Hi, guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Look, before we get into that, I want to know,
Yeah.
what was the top she borrowed? Was it a good one?
And did she give it back?
Did she give it back? Was it a nice one? Can you talk us through the
lend her
top?
a top.
Oh, you didn't
I
give her
didn't-
one?
No, I didn't want to incriminate myself. No. So she messaged me asking for one, and I was sending her options, like photos, and then she said, I said, where are you going? Like, what are you doing, kind of thing. And then when she said, I'm going to see my ex, I stopped replying.
Okay.
I didn't give her a top.
Good on you.
And so
yeah.
I'm taking...
But then
You go.
sorry.
No, you go. You got the goss.
Yeah, I was going to say that, like, the couple of days after that, I did try and, like, put it in the back of my mind, being like, oh, Aiden, you're over-exaggerating. It's not a big deal. Just play happy families. Everything's fine. And I did try and be normal with her for a couple of days, but I just couldn't do it for much longer.
We saw you the anxiety that you had going
you
through
felt terrible.
at the couples retreat. You held on to it for a little while. Dinner parties are always a good time to drop that information, though, aren't they?
Oh, I mean, you're married at first sight. There's no other way about it. I mean, I think if Jayden had his choice, it would have been done at the very start of retreat. Like, the second he knew, he would have walked down the corridor and told Tim straight away. I think that's the difference between me and Jayden. Jayden's quite emotional and just reacts on how he feels at the exact moment. I'm a big overthinker, and I probably spent way too much time being like, oh my God, if I do it at retreat, I'm going to be stuck in a house with her for 4 days. So I don't want to do it at retreat. And then I just spiraled myself and just got myself into such a worked up mess for the whole of retreat.
I get that. I get that social anxiety as well. You know, I just don't want the attention, but, you know, you want to drop that information.
And so you seem to have forgiven Jayden, or you guys look like you're on good terms. How hard was it to kind of get over that he had admitted to you that he'd slept with his girlfriend's best friend early on in the show? Like, have you kind of totally forgiven that and now you think he's a good guy, or what's going on?
I think it was really hard to process that, for sure, but you really can't hold people to their past. We've all done stupid things.
Yeah.
Some of them may be a little stupider than others. But I think you need to be willing to learn and grow from what you've done in the past. And as long as he was willing to learn and grow, then I was willing to move on from it. I also think you can't forgive someone and then keep bringing it up and hold them to it. So I think if I was choosing to forgive him, I needed to forgive him and put it in the past. But what you don't see is a hell of a lot of time that we spend together and a connection that we build, and it makes it a lot easier to kind of put those things behind you. But it was difficult. There's no doubt about it.
I was thinking that, like, because it's my guilty pleasure, like MAFS. I sit down with Bella after we put the kids to bed and, you know, after a long day, and I just don't take any offence to this, but I need something just dumb to watch. And that's what MAFS is for me. But so for the first few weeks, so we're about 6 weeks or something, I think, there was not much Eden and Jayden going on in the cuts. And then the last couple of weeks, boom! There they are. Is that because you guys were just cruising and you were staying out of the controversy, or just not the way that the story was being, produced?
We didn't argue at all for the first 6 weeks. We didn't really have anything wrong. We were just happy and hugging and holding hands and skipping all the time. So it was not really much for them to play of us, I suppose.
Yeah.
But then retreat came along, and obviously this happened. So, yeah, I guess that got us involved. I think... You look back at some of the dinner parties where, you know, Jack made the muzzle comment and there was a few other things that happened. To say that we didn't say anything is not true at all. I think, you know, I definitely threw out a few comments, so did Jayden, but that was not directly related to the story, and they can't play what everyone says about everything.
Yeah, true.
And I've seen a few things online about saying that we supported the muzzle comment. We most definitely did not, and I remember saying that he should be ashamed of himself.
But speaking of some things that are going around online, can you clear up the fact that Timothy, we spoke to him yesterday, he didn't say this to us, but I have seen it rolling around in the Daily Mail, saying that you and Jayden are not actually a couple. It's all fake, and you're just doing it for the
Did
telly.
he actually say that?
I read that.
It was in the Daily Mail
I
yesterday,
read that. He
or
said
the day
you,
before,
you
yeah.
guys just wanted to be famous
And it was all
stuff.
fake.
Oh, I don't think Timothy said that he thinks Jayden's fake. He thinks Jayden's full of shit. And he's thought that since he met Jayden, and he'll probably think that forever. He doesn't like Jayden. He's never going to. I don't think the thing about us being fake came from him. I think that came from someone else. But no, definitely not. We are as genuine as it gets. And I think you can see how in love we are on the show and, how into each other we are.
Oh, that sounds,
you just said we
sounds
are as genuine as
really
it. You didn't
nice.
say we were. You said we are.
Oh, God. I don't know. Maybe you have to wait and see.
I don't think we do. Are you still talking? Because obviously that fallout with Sarah is probably pretty big. Like, then you double down with the shush comment as well at the table, which I loved. Has the girl group fractured? Is there? Do you still talk to Tori? Do you still talk to Lauren? Do you still hang out?
Oh, it's beyond fractured. I don't think Sarah and I will ever be friends. I don't think.
Yeah.
And I understand she would feel like she can't trust me again.
Yeah.
And I get that. But at the same time, I don't really think that's a friend that I want to have, someone who treats people like that. So for me, I'm not too bothered by it, I suppose. I think I probably overthought it for a while. But then, once I lifted the weight off my shoulders, I looked back and thought, in the real world, would I be friends with someone that was treating someone like that? Probably not.
Okay, and I've always, struggled when you're in relationships and your partner's friends with someone that you might not necessarily like. So Jayden and Jack were pretty tight. Has that continued, or is that that's not happening anymore either? And you and Tori.
Oh, I don't know if they were tight. Like, they never spent any time together apart from the dinner parties. I think Jayden's friendly with everyone. That they never were buddy-buddy or anything like that. Jayden was definitely closest with Jono. He wasn't tight with Jack, for sure. I mean, we're friendly with Jack. We're both nice people. We're not going to... And the same with Sarah. If I saw her, I'd be friendly. But, he's definitely not best buds with Jack.
Eden,
I probably would have a problem with that.
Yeah. We really appreciate your honesty and have loved watching on the telly over the last 6 weeks. We look forward to seeing your romance continue to blossom with Jayden. And thanks for your time this morning, bud.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Bye.
That's Eden from MAFS. Back on the telly tonight. Is it back on tonight? Is it on Thursday night? You know what? No,
Sundays,
You know what? If you missed any of it, you can get it on Catch Up on 9 now. Back Sunday night.
The Gina and Matty Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.